Now we've talked about linear inequalities in the other video, but what happens if we don't give you the graph and we don't ask you to graph it and we just talk about it in terms of the algebra? So what this is saying is that they want you to check if 2, 1, that coordinate, that point, satisfies the inequality, and they gave you the inequality. So this is your equation, like it's an equation, it's an inequality, right? So it's like an equation. They gave you this, and they're checking to see if this satisfies. And what they're asking is this point in the shaded region, right? So remember in the other video we did a shaded region. So they're asking if the point is in the shaded region or not in the shaded region. That's what they're asking. So satisfies means in the shaded region. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute in. So in our brain, we're going to go sub the point in. Okay, so that's my brain. What's always in the bubble is just your brain. It's not part of my answer, but I'm thinking. I'm going to sub the point in. How do I substitute it in? This is x, and this is y. And we're going to sub the x into the x and the y into the y. And we're going to do this. So 4, wherever you see the x, we're going to put bracket 2 minus 5. And when you see the y, we're going to put bracket 1. Less than 20, right? We're using brackets to show the multiplication. Then we're going to do order of operations on each side. So this will be 4 times 2, 5 times 1, right? Multiplication first before subtraction. So 8 minus 5, keep this here. And we're going to finish up each side. So 8 minus 5 is 3 and less than 20. And then you read your last statement and go, is 3 less than 20? Is that true or not true? 3, is that less than 20? So yes, it's true. So check if the coordinate, yes, so it satisfies. Satisfies the inequality. So yes, it's true, so yes, it satisfies. So that means it is in the shaded region. So if I was to check this point, it would be in the shaded region. All right, that's all. So it's a nice way of just checking something without having to graph it. Sometimes it's a pain in the neck to have to graph it. You just check it algebraically. The next example says, what is the difference between this inequality and this? How are they different? 2x minus 3y is greater than, right? The mouth is open this way, so greater than 10. And 2x minus 3y is greater than or equal. So the part that's different is this part here. So this is greater than or equal. So it's a solid line if graphed. And that's how it's different. So if you were to graph it, it would be a solid line, and it's saying equal, and this one is not equal. So this one's not equal. So there you go. So they're just asking what the difference is to make sure that you understand the difference between this symbol and this symbol is that little extra line underneath. All right, and then my last example here is, let's move this up. This last example here is check if each coordinate satisfies the inequality. So satisfies, and we did this right here above, satisfies means we're checking to see if it's in the shaded region, which means we're checking to see if it's true or not true, right? So we're checking to see if it's true or not true. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each one of these and we're going to substitute it in. So these are separate questions. So x and y, we're going to sub it in. This one here is a separate question. We're going to sub it in again for x and y. And then we're going to do it again for this one, x, y. So these are 3 separate questions. So the first one, I'm going to sub it into here. Wherever you see x, you can put negative 2. So 3 bracket negative 2 plus 4. And when you see the y, you're going to put in 6. And you're doing less than or equal to 8. So we're going to try that, and then keep solving it using order of operations. So order of operations tells you that you have to do multiplication first, like that, multiplication first. So we're going to get negative 6 plus 4 times 6 is 24, less than or equal to 8. So keep going, and you're going to say negative 6 plus 24 is 18, less than or equal to 8. So once you're done, both sides, you want to check and go, is 18 less than or equal to 8? So not true. Therefore, does not, make sure you answer the question, does not satisfy the inequality. Right, so make sure you answer the question just with a quick little sentence there. All right, now we're going to do the next one. So these are 3 separate questions. We're just going to sub them in, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to say, okay, for this one, 3, wherever you see x, you're going to go bracket 4. 4, we're going to do the bracket -1, so times -1, like that. So 3 times 4, so order of operations. Order of operations tells you to do the multiplication first before the addition, so 12 plus -4. And 12 plus -4, 12 minus 4 is 8, is less than or equal to 8. So is 8 less than or equal to 8? And you would say that's true. It is true. It is less than or equal. So yes, you've got the equal part there. Yes, so it's good. So therefore, it does satisfy the inequality. You're allowed to equal. That's okay. It does satisfy. And then the last one here, try it again. We're going to substitute in. So when I see x, I'm going to go 3 times 5 with the bracket, 4 times, and it's -3 with the bracket, less than or equal to 8. Again, we're doing order of operations, so multiplication before the addition. So we're going to go 15 plus -12. 15 plus -12 is 3. And 3 is less than or equal to 8. Is that true? Is 3 less than or equal to 8? Yes, it's true. Right? True. So therefore, you're going to say it does satisfy the inequality. Right? So always make sure you just do a little sentence answering the question.